What's up guys, Christian here, and today I'm going to show you how to unlock your Samsung Galaxy S8. I just got this phone straight from the factory, and today I'm going to show you how to unlock it. Just go ahead and grab your phone, and we're going to get the IMEI number of the phone. So we're going to dial *#06#, and as you will see, the 15-digit IMEI number will appear in your screen. So this is very important, guys. We're going to use this number to generate the unlock code to unlock this phone, okay? So keep it somewhere close. Now we're going to switch to a computer. Go to your internet browser, see that it says short instructions on how to enter this unlock code. It says that the code is ready, but the most important part is the actual unlock code. So this right here is what we're gonna use to unlock this phone. Now keep in mind that this exact same code will not work for your phone because it only works for one specific phone based on your IMEI number. So anyways, I'm gonna show you how to enter this unlock code. It's super simple. So I'm gonna switch cameras back to the phone. So make sure that your phone is fully turned off, and you're gonna have to insert an unsupported SIM card. My phone is from AT&T, so I'm going to use a different provider like T-Mobile, Telus, or any other. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and insert this SIM card in, and once your phone has detected that you have inserted a non-supported SIM card, it will require you to enter this unlock code. So I'm just going to go ahead, insert it here, and we're going to power on the phone. So after a few seconds, you will see the screen requesting the network unlock code. So we're going to go ahead and insert this unlock code here, make sure it is 100% correct, and then you're gonna hit where it says unlock. Perfect, SIM network unlock successful. That means that the code was accepted, and now we have a fully factory unlocked phone. Now your phone is gonna restart, it's gonna take a few seconds. So once your phone is on, you should get a full signal of your new carrier. Alright guys, so there you have it. That's how you unlock a Samsung Galaxy S8. I hope this video helped you unlock your phone. If it did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions in the comment section down below. By the way guys, if you haven't checked out the drop test video, go ahead and click it here to watch the drop test from 1,000 feet. We're also giving away a free Samsung Galaxy S8. So make sure you also watch this video because I'll tell you how you can win it there. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Take care.
When it comes to buying a smartphone on a budget, there's always been the question of getting an older flagship versus getting a newer budget smartphone. So I've been using the Galaxy S7 for the past week or so, really seeing what it can and can't do, and honestly, it is easily one of the best budget smartphones you can get right now. The first thing is portrait mode, and believe it or not, it actually works surprisingly well. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to try this with different hairstyles to really test the edge detection, but from these few sample photos, the portraits are really nice. There are some blurred edges if you start zooming in, but those can all be improved with updates, and if you're just looking to take a couple portraits for social media, nobody's going to go zooming in on your profile picture just to nitpick on all your defects. Here are those same photos compared to the iPhone X's portrait mode. Now obviously the iPhone X is going to look a little bit better, but the Samsung Galaxy S7 still looks really nice. So how the blur strength works is that the further away your subject is, the weaker the blur, and this was a little bit tricky because the camera on the Galaxy S7 is relatively wide angle, which means you're going to have to go up really close to your subject if you want really strong blurring. Another thing that I've noticed is that it doesn't work when the camera is unable to detect the face, so if you're trying to take portraits of a small object, it's not going to work. In fact, most of the time it just crashes for me, so there are a couple bugs and limitations like it not working with the selfie camera, but as far as taking portraits are concerned, it does the job and it does it very well, especially for a 2-year-old smartphone. One thing that I've noticed among a fair few budget 2017 smartphones like the Honor 7X and the Moto G5 Plus is that they're using LCD displays, which aren't necessarily bad, but the Samsung AMOLED display here will look so much better than what you'll get with a budget LCD display. The colors, the contrast, and the brightness are all going to be noticeably better on the S7 display. But the Honor 7X does have the advantage of having a larger display with slimmer bezels. Now, these are all my personal opinions, but I'd take top and bottom bezels for a nice bright and colorful panel any day of the week. The Galaxy S7 has also dropped in price by a lot, and if you're willing to go the used route on eBay or Craigslist, you can find some S7s going for around $150 to $200. Or if you're looking for the S7 Edge, you can find them for around $200 to $250, which is still really good, all things considered. There are some really nice phones like the OnePlus 5T, which goes for around $500, but I feel like the S7 offers everything you would need for a reasonable price. Yes, going with the Galaxy S8 or the OnePlus 5T will give you a little bit better battery life, a larger display, better cameras, faster performance, and the whole deal. But if you're on a budget and you want to get the most out of your money without paying for things that you don't need, then the Galaxy S7 is your best bet. One thing to note is that the only thing I didn't like about this phone is the performance. It's not slow and unusable, but it's definitely not as quick and responsive as some 2017 flagships. So what I did was I disabled the quick launch for the camera app to make the home button a little bit quicker, and I also increased the animations to double speed, and now the phone feels on par with most 2017 flagships, which makes it almost impossible for me to recommend anything more than S7 Edge to anyone on a limited budget. Fast charging and wireless charging are fairly common now, but oddly enough, when I took a closer look at the Honor 7X and the Moto G5 Plus, the 7X does not support fast charging. Neither of them support wireless charging, but that's honestly just a cool feature to have, and I would never consider it a factor when buying a budget phone. Fast charging isn't really a necessity either, but when you're in a hurry to leave and your battery is low, you're going to appreciate having that, so charging speed is something that I researched when buying a smartphone. Thankfully though, the Galaxy S7 supports both fast charging and wireless charging, so if you ever get a wireless charging pad, or you're in a hurry for battery because you forgot to plug it in that night, you'll have the option to use either of them. Lastly, the software features. This often gets overlooked in most of the reviews that I watch, but things like Samsung Pay and Always On Display are just nice additions to have. Samsung Pay is slightly different in that even if the terminal doesn't support tap, you can still use it because it can mimic the swipe of a card. The camera app is simple, there's tons of different modes that you can download, and the manual controls are really clean and simple. And lastly, Samsung has this program you can install on your computer which lets you restore, update, and backup your device called Samsung Smart Switch, and it's come in really handy in the past when some of my family members were upgrading devices. Now, these things aren't exclusive to Samsung, and I'm fairly certain you can do everything I just mentioned using apps on the Play Store, but they're generally better on Samsung's version of Android. And on the topic of software, there's always the risk of companies putting in sketchy code into their budget phones and making money through selling your data. I remember this story a couple years ago where this company called Blue got caught selling customer data, and it's just not something you're going to see with bigger brands like Samsung and Apple. The last thing I want to mention is custom ROM support. Flagships are generally going to have better custom ROM support, which is how phones like the Galaxy S4 are running Android Oreo. So the takeaway is this. Buying older flagships like the Samsung Galaxy S7 generally is a better value compared to buying the latest budget smartphone. There is the advantage of better battery life if you go with a newer budget smartphone, but I mean that's really about it. Things like the camera, the screen, and the software are all generally going to be better on a flagship device. So that wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you guys found it useful. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. This is Infinity Labs and I will catch you guys later.